All right, let's just cut the crap. Forget everything you think you know. We're here to talk about the one question every single marketer is thinking, but is too damn scared to say out loud.
So let's just get right to it. Is SEO a dead bitch? I mean, is this thing you've poured your life into for the last decade now totally, completely useless? Are you a relic? Let's find out.
Because let's be fucking real for a minute. The entire world has shifted right under your feet. All those old gods you used to pray to, keywords, backlinks, all that shit, they're dying. And your keyword bullshit, yeah, that doesn't work anymore. Okay, now look at this, because this right here shows you just how much the game has changed. On the left, that's your old sandbox, your comfort zone. Keyword research, content calendars, chasing rankings, all those little on-page tricks. Cute. Now, look to the right. That's the real world. That's semantic optimization. We're not just counting words anymore. We are talking about extracting actual concepts, entities like a product, a company, a person, and then mapping how they all connect. You're building a literal knowledge structure for AI to find and use. It's a different fucking sport. And here's the absolute heart of the problem. Your entire playbook, everything you've ever learned, is built for a world that just doesn't exist anymore. It is fundamentally mismatched. Why? Well, because we now live in a world of AI-mediated discovery. It's all about retrieval augmented generation, or RAG, and that's the motherfucker that's eating your lunch. See, when you ask a chatbot something, it doesn't just Google it. It goes out, retrieves actual chunks of knowledge from sources it trusts, and then builds a brand new answer. Your thin, keyword-stuffed garbage? Yeah, it's not getting retrieved. So what the hell do? You stop being a painter, and you become a goddamn architect, an architect of meaning. This isn't about painting by numbers anymore. This is about building a fucking skyscraper of knowledge that AI can actually see, understand, and, respect. Which brings us to the first discipline you have to master: semantic content architecture, SCA. Think of this as the blueprint. Before you even think about writing a single word, you design the entire structure. What are the core concepts, the entities you're dealing with, and how do they relate to one another? This is the heavy lifting, the architectural work that makes sure an AI knows what the fuck you're actually talking about. And make no mistake, this is a real discipline. It's engineering. We're talking about entity attribute value modeling. Defining that an iPhone 15 is a smartphone that has the attribute of a 6.1-inch screen. We're defining relationships, how a product connects to its brand. We're designing topic clusters and mapping the whole damn content topology. This is the deep structural work that separates the pros from the amateurs. So, once your blueprint is locked in, you start the build. And this is the second pillar, semantic content engineering, SCE. Right? So if SCA is the plan, SCE is the actual construction. This is the hard work of structuring, tagging, and optimizing your content so a machine can actually consume it. This is how you take that blueprint and bring it to life, ensuring the AI can interpret your skyscraper correctly. So go ahead and forget about keyword rankings. Forget domain authority. Welcome to the new fucking playbook. These are the only metrics that actually matter anymore. This is how you find out if you're winning or if you're losing. First up, we've got semantic density. And no, this is not about how many times you can cram the phrase best dog food into an article. It measures the concentration of meaningful, relevant entities in your content. To put it simply, it's a score for how much actual knowledge you packed into your shit instead of just filling the page with fluff. And yes, there's a number. There's always a number. The optimal range, and this has been validated across thousands and thousands of pages, is between 0.65 and 0.85. Anything less than that, it's thin, worthless content. Anything more, you're just entity stuffing. It's a garbage tactic, and trust me, the machines can tell. Okay, next metric, contextual coherence. This basically measures if your content can actually stay on topic. Does it hold a consistent theme? Or does your argument just wander off like some douchebag at a bar trying to talk to everyone about everything? An AI needs a clear, logical path to follow. If it gets lost, it's gone. And yep, you guessed it, we have a target for this too. The sweet spot is between 0.75 and 0.90. This is the perfect balance. It shows you have focused expertise, but you're not so ridiculously narrow that your content is useless to everyone except like 3 guys in a university lab somewhere. So why does any of this shit even matter? Well, here's the payoff. And the data doesn't lie. Content that's in that optimal semantic density range, it gets cited by AI 3.2 times more often. Let me say that again so it sinks in. 3.2 times. Your low-density fluff, it gets maybe 1.4 citations if it's lucky. Optimal content, 4.7. The math here is not hard. This is the difference between being the source and being fucking invisible. Okay, so you know how to build your own skyscraper now. Great! Now let's talk about demolition. It's time to weaponize the absolute crap that your competitors are publishing. Let's find their weaknesses and just exploit them without mercy.
And to do that, you use something called the friction index. This is a metric that puts a hard number on just how shitty and confusing your competitor's content is. It literally quantifies how hard it is for anyone, a human or an AI, to get a straight answer out of it. It's a vulnerability score. It's a target painted right on their back. So what creates all this friction? Where are the cracks in their armor? Well, it's density deficits. Their content is all fluff, no real substance. It's coherence problems. It reads like a drunken manifesto that makes zero sense. Entity gaps. They're completely missing key ideas that people are actually searching for. And unclear relationships. It's just a jumbled, useless mess. You can measure all of this.
And this is a perfect real-world example of a kill shot. This quote is from a real Reddit thread that shows up in the search results. Monday's pricing jumps dramatically once you need anything beyond basic. That's not just some opinion, man. That is a high-friction data point. It is a confirmed vulnerability. This is the exact weakness you build your entire attack around.
Which brings us all the way back to the beginning. We've seen the old world crumble and a new one rise from the ashes. So, is SEO dead? Here it is, the final, motherfucking answer. No, SEO is not dead. It's just fucking reborn. It has evolved into something harder, smarter, and infinitely more powerful than it ever was. It's not about tricks and hacks anymore. It's about architecture. It's about engineering. So, the only question that's left is for you. I want you to look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you an SEO dinosaur just sitting around waiting for the meteor to hit? Or are you ready to pick up a blueprint and become a semantic architect? The choice is yours.